A man bathed his paralyzed wife every night. But today, just as he finished filling the tub, he slipped and slammed his head against the sink, fainting. Witnessing this, his wife was devastated. Water continued to pour from the faucet into the bathtub, reaching up to her neck. Paralyzed, he was helpless, realizing he would soon drown. So, she placed her hope on her still feeling right foot, trying to pry open the drain valve. But her paralyzed body was powerless. Luckily, after repeated attempts, Lisa finally managed to open the valve with her foot, but it only barely opened. The draining water was far slower than the incoming water. Seeing the water level about to reach her nasal cavity, Lisa placed her hopes on the shower head at the bottom. She shifted all her strength into her left hand, intending to move the shower head to control the drain. However, the rising water level was about to submerge her. Fortunately, at the critical moment, Lisa gave a strong tug. The twist of the switch successfully slowed the flow of water. The continuously rising water level still prevented him from escaping the danger. To completely break this deadlock, Lisa slowly lifted her foot out of the water, focusing her center of gravity on the sole of her foot, and then gathered her strength to strike on the drain valve. Fortunately, the valve was finally broken. As the water level gradually dropped, Lisa narrowly escaped death. But then, to her surprise, she discovered that after this life and death duel, her paralyzed body had actually begun to respond. She quickly climbed out of the bathtub and tried to check on her husband. However, strangely, her husband, who had been lying motionless on the ground just moments before, had vanished. His blood still lingered on the doorframe. Looking at the bright red footprints on the ground, Lisa felt a surge of fear. She couldn't understand why her husband, who had clearly not fallen unconscious, had allowed himself to drown. At this moment, Lisa recalled what her best friend had said a few days ago. Her husband was most likely having an affair. Considering everything she was going through, it seemed like this was a carefully planned plot by her husband, his sole purpose to murder her. The thought shuddered at Lisa. To prevent her husband's plot from succeeding, she struggled to climb out of the bathtub. However, her body hadn't fully recovered yet, so she could only rely on her upper body to slowly crawl. Driven by a strong will to survive, Lisa struggled to her feet and then swooped over to the phone, ready to call the police. However, her husband had already cut the line. Suddenly, a dark figure appeared from the crack in the door.